Okie dokie. This is going to be a nice light summer lunch or dinner. It's a big shrimp and avocado salad, and it's just, you can throw it together in minutes. Now you can buy the pre-done shrimp. Big seafood sale going on at Festival this week, so all sorts of different seafood is on sale. So you can already pick up the pre-done shrimp, and that will work fine in this recipe. But you could certainly grill the shrimp and to give it a little more flavor, grill or saute it. But just, you know, depends. I know it's so hot that a lot of you, and me included, don't even want to mess with heating up the kitchen at all. So feel free. We're basically using 1.5 pounds of peeled and deveined cooked shrimp. So I'm just going to get it going in the skillet, and I'm going to start working on the rest of the recipe, which is so quick and easy. No mayonnaise involved in this recipe, so it's also very, very light and full of some different fun flavors. All right, just get our shrimp in our skillet. You see how I'm kind of spreading it out so that it'll cook very, very quickly. I think people are so nervous about doing seafood at home. Don't be. It's so wonderful, the seafood we have access to now at the grocery stores, and it's just so much cheaper to do it at home than out at a restaurant. I've talked about this before, that my daughter Ireland loves seafood, and specifically she loves shrimp. So every time we go out to dinner, she's, you know, begging to order the $25 shrimp dish, and I usually say no, no, and no. That's something we can make at home. So that way, that usually satisfies her, and we just make a lot of shrimp at home, and that way, you know, we don't break the bank. So we're going to let that shrimp hang out and get a little color, and I'm going to get to work on the rest of the salad recipe. So this is a shrimp and avocado salad, and it's got some great Southwest flavor to it. So we're going to add a little bit of heat to it. I'm going to add 1 to 2 jalapeno peppers. Now, if you really like it spicy, you'll want to leave the seeds and the ribs in the pepper as you chop it up. If you get rid of the seeds and the ribs, it's just going to add some flavor and a little bit of heat, but not too much. So don't worry about it. So 1 to 2 just depends on how much heat you want and how big those peppers are. That was a ginormous jalapeno pepper. So just going to finely dice up that pepper. Got a big bowl here that we're going to toss this all together in. If you like guacamole, I think you're really going to love this. It's got a lot of the same flavors going on that you'd have in guacamole. While I'm doing this, I want to remind everybody a couple of things. First of all, our Fox 11 book club pick is now out there. Picked a new book for the summer, and you've got plenty of time to go out and get it. It's called Half-Broke Horses by Jeanette Walls, and our book club meeting isn't until the very end of August. We're headed to the La Java in Suamico. They're hosting our latest book club book, and stop in and try the new Fox 11 Living with Amy coffee, too. We picked out 2 wonderful coffees that you can get exclusively at La Java. They roast their own beans. You know me, I love a good cup of joe, so they're sampling the coffee. One of them's got a chocolate pecan flavor that's just delicious. But anyway, go get the book, read along with us, pass the word, and hopefully you'll join us on the evening of August 28th for our book club meeting, which are so much fun. This is a good beach read. Rachel Monick has read it. She says it's fantastic. My mother-in-law also read it and said it's great. So just going to season up the shrimp with a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're almost to the finish line here. Boy, that smells good. Okay, now we're going to get to work on the avocado. The recipe calls for 2 ripe avocados, but when you're using avocados in a salad, you want to make sure they're not too ripe. So you want to look for ones that are still a kind of little bit firm, but not rock hard. If they're too mushy, that's best to use in like a guacamole or more of a spread or a dip. These you want to have a little bit firm so that you can more like chunk them up. So this is how I do my avocado. I just kind of cut it in the skin this way. And how's our shrimp doing? Perfect. I'm going to get that out of there. It's going to have a lot of great flavor. Okay, get our avocado. All right. Get the pit out here, and this is perfect. Sometimes whenever I'm buying avocados, I buy a couple of them because you never know what they're like when you cut in, and then you hate to have to run all the way back to the grocery store. So get our avocados in here. Now I've got some tomato. Some red onion. And then some fresh lime juice. Now you've heard me talk about this before. When you're doing, using lime in a recipe, sometimes I can just feel this, especially if you take it right out of the refrigerator. It's a little bit hard. So if you throw it into the microwave for maybe 10 seconds, really can just get those juices flowing, and it's just so much easier to work with. Fresh cilantro, we're also going to use. Great flavor in cilantro. I love it, happen to love it. If you don't like cilantro, you could certainly leave it out of the recipe. Just going to give that a rough chop. You could also use parsley. Flat leaf or Italian parsley works great too. Alrighty. In that goes some fresh garlic. A couple of cloves of that. I'm just going to give it a rough chop. But I tell you one thing, the dog is not liking this heat. Just kind of like the rest of us, he doesn't want to go outside. He's like, no, you have to go out, Levi. So trying to keep the dog cool too. So a little bit of salt and pepper. Some of that olive oil in here. I was trying to think of some other fun things. I'm loving going to the farmer's market or just hitting the side of the road veggie and fruit stands. Fresh corn would really be lovely in this too, or even some black beans. So we're going to do some lime juice. And as I said, this is nice and light. We're not using any mayonnaise, so you can see how wonderful this is. All right. And that was a big lime, so I think that'll do it. And we just give it a toss with our shrimp and the avocado. Doesn't that look fantastic? Now, as this sits for a little bit, you can refrigerate it a little bit, you're going to even get some more great flavor. I love to serve this just on a bed of mixed greens, or you could do it on like a, maybe Boston lettuce, and just keep it nice and light. Maybe serve it with some tortilla chips or some flour tortillas or some nice crusty bread. But there you go. It's my shrimp and avocado salad. This one is a winner. Just a nice light summer dinner, especially with all this heat we're having. Recipes on our website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods. Enjoy.